intuition or memorizing? Which is best when it comes to reading the tarot? Hi, I'm Helki. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to just give you a quick tip or just have a conversation about creating your own dialogue with the tarot and what each of the cards means for you. A lot of us come into a tarot practice believing we need to memorize every single meaning of every single card, and I wanted to sort of share my experience. So yes, I did. When I first began, I got myself a basic knowledge of all the cards. For me personally, keywords really helped me, but not every keyword resonated with me. I ended up getting a lot more into intuitive readings, and that is like my style of reading now is very intuitive based, but I still do call on that knowledge often that I learned in the beginning and that I've learned along the way. So a good way to blend the two would be to think of questions a client might ask, or you might ask the tarot. So, you know, what is so-and-so thinking of me? You know, not yes and no questions, ones where you want to dive into an answer. Once you have thought of your question, so let's say what so-and-so is thinking about me, then grab your deck, one that is your teaching deck or your learning deck. So for me, right away, it was always my teaching deck. I just found from past lives as a witch and have using this deck in those lives that I found an instant connection with this deck. But you can use any deck, and then you just want to go through the cards and you want to say whatever comes to your head within the first 5 seconds. We'll start easy with this. What are they thinking about me? Well, they think a lot of you. They're falling for you. They're in love, right? You could easily say this. This is just getting you more in tune with your intuition when you say, like, I'm going to just take whatever comes up in the first 5 seconds. And you could record yourself doing this, so maybe you can listen back and be like, oh yeah, like it's funny that came up first because I never thought of that before when I saw that card, but it just came out naturally, right? So you're tapping into your own intuitive dialogue. Good things are coming. What are they thinking about you? They feel like really lucky, you know, times their luck is turning. And you can just say one keyword even if you want. Overwhelmed. And I'm just picking random cards. They feel cast out. They feel isolated. And this is in the context of your question, remember? What are they feeling about me? They think you're really special, like you're the only star they're seeing, shall we say. They want to communicate with you. They're thinking about sending you a message. And I'll put in the iCard a video I did recently about my favorite spreads or my go-to spreads, which can really help with this as well, because you could do this same thing with my element spread. Like, what are their thoughts about you? What are their intentions? How do they feel? And how are they showing up right now? So you can get all those answers. But right now we're just talking about creating your own intuitive connection and dialogue with the deck. So for me, they're thinking about a long-term commitment. We're still on the same question. They're really worried. They're quite anxious about the connection. They feel like you are a really good match. They feel peaceful around you. They're thinking about bringing you a gift. Like they want to show you how beautiful they think you are, how much they appreciate you. There's something very mysterious about you. They like that you're no nonsense, you're a straight talker, they understand you clearly. And if we're talking about influencing, like in my last video about the quartz, your thoughts have a big influence on them. The way you're communicating with them, they're really thinking a lot about that. That's really sat with them. Another question, maybe they are going to have a job interview and they're like, well, how is this job interview going to go? Well, you could say with this card, my first instance is, you know, it's going really well. I actually see you staying at this place for a long time and you're going to be very emotionally fulfilled. I can see that it's going to be quite competitive. There's going to be a lot of other people going for the role. You have to really go in there confident and not comparing yourself with others. So the question is, how is the job interview going to go? It's going to feel like it didn't go very well, but there's actually another opportunity coming in for you quite soon. They're going to think you're a really great communicator and they're going to like your ideas. They're going to feel like you're a bit emotionally disconnected, like you're not sure exactly what it is that you want. They're going to give you a job, but they're going to start you off in a lower position than you applied for, just because there's a lot to learn, but they see your potential. There's something that you're not going to be able to see just yet. So I think that there is going to be a roadblock. But once that clears, it'll be all good. You're going to get a lot of compliments. They're really going to praise you. It's going to start off a bit rough, but it's moving to a really good place. So you can see that this is a really good way for you to start practicing with your intuition a bit more. And of course, you can pull on what you know from knowledge that you've learned. But sometimes you'll be really surprised. Things will come up when you do this practice that you might not normally associate with that card. I'm not saying that I've necessarily done examples of that right now, because the whole point of this video is about not planning, not overthinking it. It's about just diving in. So that's all that I have for today. Just a quick little tip for you there, especially for beginners and people who are just beginning to start doing more intuitive tarot readings. Definitely make sure you like this video. If you enjoyed it, you leave me a comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.